Hello and welcome to VOP Business. I'm Kayla Abraham. On the show today, we'll be turning our spotlight on the most important issues in the economy. We'll begin with how the Nigerian economy isn't looking its best. Well, inflation is biting and everything appears to be in need of urgent fixes. One of them is the issue of Nigeria's inflation rate, which has increased for the fourth consecutive month this year to 22.22% in April from 22.4% recorded in March. This is according to the Commodity Price Index reports published on Monday by the National Bureau of Statistics. The April 2023 inflation rate showed an increase of 0.18 percentage point when compared to the March 2023 headline inflation rate. Similarly, on a year-on-year basis, the headline inflation rate was 5.40 percentage points higher compared to the rate recorded in April 2022, which was 16.82%. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, the percentage change in the average commodity price index for the 12 months ending April 2023 over the average of the CPI for the previous 12 months was 20.82%. showing a 4.37% increase compared to the 16.45% recorded in April 2022. The data also showed that key sectors that drove up inflation figures in June were food and alcoholic beverages, water, electricity, gas, and other fuel, clothing, footwear, and housing. The upward surge since inflation increased for the fourth consecutive month after slowing to 21.34% in December 2022. Operators under the aegis of the Liquefied Petroleum Gas Retailers branch of the National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers have raised alarm over the influx of substandard cylinders and liquefied petroleum gas, popularly called cooking gas, with high propane content in circulation. The group gave the warning on Monday while speaking at the third quadrennial delegates conference with the theme Prioritizing Safety in LPG Retailing. Chika Nwodo, an industry leader who spoke at the meeting, called on the Nigerian Midstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority and the Standard Organization of Nigeria to arrest the increasing circulation of high propane LPG in the market, stressing that the commodity was very dangerous to operators and consumers. He said the hope of operators was raised when Techno Oil started producing cylinders in Nigeria before it suddenly stopped. He said a possible reason was that what happened to other companies like it before in the 1990s had also happened to it. Businesses and corporate lawyers in Nigeria have been beset by several challenges from the Corporate Affairs Commission portal, with present transactions coming to a standstill as a result. There has been significant downtime on the portal, which barely functions for more than an hour per day. Several users of the portal also complained about constant error messages or unscheduled site maintenance notifications. The revised service terminals posted on the CAC website says that new registrations of companies, business names, companies, and incorporated trustees entities would be registered within 24 hours of the upload of all relevant documents or compliance with any queries raised. It was gathered that the issues with the portal are most exacerbated with post-incorporation transactions. According to the CAC's revised timelines, most post-incorporation matters would be completed within 3 days. However, many applications remain incomplete for up to 3 months without any queries or justification from CAC. The CAC operates a ticketing system for resolving complaints or issues from users. Once registered, the complainants get an automated email acknowledging the complaint. Several users said the average timeline for resolving a complaint is 2 months, with some lamenting that tickets as far back as 2022 remain unresolved. According to the CAC revised timelines, all complaints are to be resolved within 72 hours. A critical issue that has subsisted since the inception of the platform is the automatic application of late fees when annual returns applications are filed. The Companies and Allied Matters Act requires companies to file annual returns within 2 weeks of the first annual general meeting of the year. Another issue with payment on the portal is encountered when conducting a search on a company. The latest addition to the series of issues is the valid form of identification for the portal. Previously, CAC had stated that the National Identification Number (NIN) is the only valid form of identification for accessing the portal and incorporated this with an autofill component on the user interface. Recently, it announced that other forms of identification are valid until further notice. However, the portal only accepts NIN to date. Foreign airlines have pushed back on the recent upward review of rate of exchange and attendant spike in the cost of international air travel, saying they were induced by the central bank's exchange rate and local market volatility. The airlines under the aegis of the International Air Transport Association said the exchange rates applicable to international flight tickets sold in Nigeria were not determined by the airlines as often claimed, and it's incorrect to describe them as the IATA exchange rate. It will be recalled that for the third time in less than 2 months, the rate of exchange applicable to foreign airlines has further soared, hitting 582 naira per dollar with attendant spike in the cost of international air travel. At the new ROE, registered by the Global Distribution System, a 6-hour Lagos to London economic class ticket sells for between 1.1 million naira to 2.97 million naira, plus subject to airline of choice, place, and time of booking. Its business class variant sells for between 3.36 million naira to 4.8 million naira. While stakeholders regretted that the development has further pushed international air travel beyond the reach of average Nigerians, they acknowledged the inherent respite on foreign airlines that are patronizing the investors and exporters' foreign exchange window for fund repatriation and reopening of naira inventories to travel agencies in the countries. It is noteworthy that the international segment of the aviation sector has been in stock fund crisis in the last 1 year, with knock-on effects on inventories, the asking price, and near collapse of local travel agencies. Earlier intervention by the Central Bank of Nigeria did pledge 265 million naira in August 2022, leaving a balance of $200 million of the stock fund in Nigeria. But the stranded funds kept piling by daily sales of tickets to warrant Emirates Airlines quitting the Nigerian route late October 2022. As at the last check, industry sources says the accumulated was well over $800 million. The Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate says it has addressed the challenges of pensioners across the country. Speaking at a forum with pensioners and stakeholders in the Northwest Zone on Monday, Chioma Ejikeme, PTAD Executive Secretary, said since the establishment of the Directorate 10 years ago, it has consistently worked hard to achieve positive and sustainable changes in the direct benefit scheme pension management. She said prior to the establishment of the PTAD, the DBS was fraught with allegations of fraud, corruption, and inefficiencies, adding that the establishment of the Directorate changed the narrative. She said in 2021, the Directorate launched the I Am Alive confirmation solution in order to identify pensioners who are alive. Ejikeme said the pilot phase was successfully completed when the application was tested on 50,000 randomly selected pensioners from the 4 operational departments and the 6 geopolitical zones. She further said, following the success of the pilot phase, the Directorate on April 14, 2023, fully rolled out the solution for the use of pensioners. Ejikeme explained that to ensure effective delivery and prevent a heavy flow of traffic on the website, we have staggered the availability of the confirmation solution according to department. She added that the commitment of PTAD to the welfare of pensioners remains sacrosanct and shall continue meeting and engaging with the various pension unions to ensure quality service delivery. And that's it on VOP Business. I am Kayla Abraham. Thanks for watching.